faked invoices made it look like Oceanographia's customer, the state oil company Pemex, had approved the payments, when in fact it had done no such thing. An employee at Citi's Mexican division, Banco Nacional de Mexico, processed them.
Yeah, well, Citibank, whether they're aware of the fraud or not, doesn't make any difference. They have nobody. They don't pay anybody to in the compliance department or in the oversight department, and the regulators are in their pocket. So they just will accept anyone's credit for cash, because if it's not good, they get a bailout. Now, transaction malleability, which is the heart of the Mt. Gox scandal. I mean, you're correct in that there is no such thing as transaction malleability. That's a fraudulent term, like credit default swap is a fraudulent term. Credit, collateralized debt obligations are just, it's just a term made out of nothing really. It doesn't mean anything. You can't. There's no collateral at all, backing up this Ponzi scheme in the banking system. So for same thing with transaction malleability. It's a made-up term. It means nothing. It has no context in the real world.
Well, it actually does. It does exist, but in the case of Mt. Gox, it does not exist, because human beings could go and look on the blockchain and see that it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I could call it a papaya milkshake. I mean, if I were Mark Capellas and said, we lost 400 million Bitcoin because of a papaya milkshake, it would be the exact same thing as saying transaction malleability. Papaya milkshakes do exist. It has no reference to Bitcoin. Transaction malleability, yeah, it exists, but it has no reference and no context. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It has nothing to do with the blockchain. It's just a guy talking out of his butt to cover his butt about a theft one way or another, because he's as corrupt as Jamie Dimon. It doesn't mean, Bitcoin doesn't mean that we won't have the Jamie Dimons of Bitcoin. It doesn't mean we won't have the, the Hester, the molester, the banker here in the UK. It just means, you still have human nature. You still have idiots in charge. Mark Capellas is just another idiot. Doesn't have anything to do with the blockchain or Bitcoin whatsoever.